Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading, your timeless Path of True Love reading. I'm your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. 24 years in service at the time of this timeless recording. Author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. You can preview it for free. Link in the description box. Creator on Patreon. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. Amazing creativity there for me as a mystical artist, but I highly recommend checking it out to artists of any shape or form, because it's just lovely over there. Let's get to work, because the vibe just hit. It's been a busy morning. Just at the time of this recording, I'm in the market to sell this house and buy another one upstate New York. I am in New York if you're new. So I am Mars conjunct Leo rising. So this should be interesting to see what hits the table. But briefly, if you're new to these readings, the Path of True Love is all about you. It's your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual path, your spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're questing for as a hero, so to speak, archetypally, through your relationships of all shapes, kinds, family, whatever. So the common denominator is you. Doing a classic Celtic Cross. I augment it a little bit. This is part 1 on YouTube. Part 2 is either on Vimeo on demand, link in the description box, obviously, or my patrons, my humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses, get all of them on Patreon. All levels of subscribers get those. Past, present, and moving on into the future, obviously. So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. We're going to get some GPS point of view. Celtic Cross is good for that. It's like Google Maps with a timeline. So I'll do the best that I can for you. So yeah, absolutely check your other signs to get perhaps another person crossing your path on the path of true love. And because it's a general read, you're going to have to figure out which one you are, person number 1 or person number 2. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And on a slightly more serious note, I'm well aware of what's going on planet Earth. I watch the news, I pray, I do everything I can from a mystical artist's point of view. My own healing included in all of that. But I'm actually doing this when the moon is in Leo. The new moon in Leo just happened. So let's see if we can bring that to the planet even in this reading. Let's see how high in vibe we can go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go as I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, I need 2 Caroline May's archetype cards. 1 for the Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, as well as possibly a cross watcher, and of course whoever is crossing their path, regardless of the form the reality takes. We're looking at the energetic content. So using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, what is the dominant 8th chakra? The soul power being alchemized from lead to gold, shadow to light, from villain to hero, from hopeless to empowered for this timeless read. So contestant number 1, right? And who's crossing the path of contestant number 1? Who's contestant number 2 in this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign Path of True Love read? Timeless. Put those aside. Let's look. Ooh, the gossip and the hero. Hero's journey, hero's journey, hero's journey. So look, it's really easy to resonate with any archetype at all, because we have access to all of them in the collective unconscious, blah, blah, blah. But you can have one for a reason, a season, or for your entire lifetime, and I do mean from womb to tomb, so to speak. So the gossip is a creative family archetype. There are 9 different categories or families. The hero is the action. So, these two together could be a very interesting thing. Now, I know you immediately jump into the shadow side of the gossip, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And you immediately jump into the light aspect of the hero / heroine. I just say hero because I got to keep it short for the title on YouTube, etc. So get that they are neutral is a perfect example of how all archetypes are neutral. It's a scale. It's a sliding scale, percentage scale from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace. So the more whoever you are in this, the more that you take the path of true love as the opportunity to fulfill the purpose of helping you heal, you become the true love that you really are. And that's why true love conquers all, but it has to conquer us in the process. So we're going to do a Celtic Cross using the Mythic Tarot, really representing the lower 3 chakra stuff, right? So the gossip and the heroine, for example, the shadow attribute, forgot to do this, for the gossip, thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. But the light attribute, what the gossip is shooting for, awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So look, the Leo energy can be very visible, and there can be a lot of gossip around such stuff. So I understand that in, particularly Leo risings, right, I would think. The betrayal of confidences is a big deal to Leo, who's usually very, very, very loyal. So to move that into the light, I will say that some of the best counselors I've ever worked with were natural gossips, but they cleaned up their boundaries and their ethics on the subject. I think we have a feline dominance display going on somewhere in the living room. I may have to pause this because Mama don't play that. So think about that, right? Somebody who pulls the truth out of somebody. It is creative, so creating boundaries there, right, is certainly the T. Shooting for that, right? Honoring trust, right? You trust somebody, you honor them. The hero, like I said, instantly you jump to the light, but the shadow is actually sort of like the villain. Escapism and a false sense of heroism. Like every villain thinks they're a hero of something. The light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. I have the hero in spades. All my life I have. I mean, Shazam, Wonder Woman, how far back you want to go back? Almighty Isis, right? Just really spoke to a soul power because, yes, the heroine usually has to go it alone because it's a personal journey, but it's in terms of action family archetype. It's like how you actually take things into action. So now we'll layer this on top of that. That's our archetypal skeleton. Let's add some meat. Lower 3 chakras is all about relationships in the physical world. Root chakra, groups, tribes, circles of friends, political affiliation, nationality, genetic heritage, blah, blah, blah. Second chakra, one-on-one relationship. That's certainly on the table built into this Celtic Cross spread. Sexuality, creativity, all that jazz. Solar plexus for Leos, know this, your relationship to yourself in the world, right? Your boundaries, your loyalty to yourself, honor thyself, honoring your truth, honoring your gut, right? Your boundaries, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, so this is from the outside looking in or the inside looking out. In a general read, only you can know that. So I call upon my gods of fire, the sign of Leo, powers of the South, please. 10 cards, one at a time, face up as we go. Get classic Celtic Cross with some stuff thrown in for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. We got a gossip and a heroine on the table. What's the lower 3 chakra dynamic of the one? Currently alchemizing the gossip archetype. And we've got the devil pan. All right, so we'll get there. But certainly there's some stuff going on there. Now, when it's a major arcana card, lower 3 chakras, it's all 3 at once, right? If it was earth, it would have really been more root chakra, but we feel that out as we go. So there may very well be some chains, some fear, some shadow work here. Oh, fuck, I'm rhyming. The gods are in the room. Well, I did call them in. So, this person might very well be dealing with some chains of pain. But in the physical world, physical as well, right? That, in other words, that can play itself out in so many different ways. So, a hero coming to the rescue of a gossip here is a vibe that I'm sort of picking up on. What's going on with that hero archetype, please, my gods? Lower 3 chakras. 5 of Pentacles. Now, this is definitely looking like the hero sort of doing the exact opposite and being like, oh no, either I'm going to walk away from this or the gossip is walking away from them. But, 5s are numbers of change numerologically, right? So there is a physical shift and a physical change in the physical world. Like I said, Pentacles. So there could be impoverishment here, but that's part of the hero's journey. I mean, come on, this is Daedalus, Greek myth, long story. Just beware of bulls. It's such a brilliant myth, interwoven, and he's interwoven into so many others. But that part where the situation changes and the hero is taken out of the comfort and stability of the 4 and moved in. So you see it as a hero's journey here. Now, if someone's being left out in the cold here, which is very traditional take on the 5 of Pentacles across many different artistic tarot decks. Let's see what that's really about here. Let's put this in the context of card number 3, my gods, the core. Perhaps the subconscious influences, unless someone's really tuned to their intuition and their path and their awakening and all of that. What's going on at the core of this? Lower 3 chakras for the Leo collective. Ace of Wands. There is a new beginning here. This could be something brand new. This could be people who are both have this desire for something. Now, I know that may seem immediately like a romantic sexual thing, but not necessarily screaming that right now. This is not one of the timeless romantic soulmate reads. I'll do those. I'll get to them with extendeds. I'll get to those. But this is Zeus, right? Zeus on top of Olympus with a big old torch saying, I issue forth the call to the hero's journey. I don't know why I made a Greek god British, but I think I just did. Because that's usually how we see them in movies on TV. I'm like, why do the Greek gods all have British accent? I mean, Maggie Smith, I love her. Clash of the Titans with Harry Hamlin. Check it out. Let's look at this. What is behind them? I told you we were going to have fun. My gods, please. What is behind? What's in the behind of the Leo and the Cross Watcher? Well, we've got the Virgo card of the Knight of Pentacles, mutable earth. So, I am a Virgo, sun sign, so kind of feeling I don't really know a lot about being a Virgo, I suppose. There is a slow and steady wins the race. There is a focus on occupation and health, because your health affects what occupies you, and what occupies you affects your health. So you stretch the meanings of that, you get a lot of what Virgo is about. And I do get a good feeling about that there's a walking process. The 4 knights in the tarot are going at 4 different speeds. It's true, Virgo is the slowest, but it's not standing still. It's actually a walk. There is forward motion. It's not fixed earth, that's Taurus. So I kind of like that. From the outside looking in, this is somebody who's probably trying to build something. I love this card. There are beehives in the background. How long does it take to build a beehive, let alone for the bees to collect what is needed, actually make the honey, etc.? It's a process. It's a process. So that's actually looking pretty good. What's crowning this? What's hovering above this? Sort of the immediate future, and yet there has to be some kind of action, choice, or decision making here. The maybe higher point of view for all of this is 6 of Cups. Now, I like 6 of Cups. Speaks of emotional balance and harmony. That's lovely. But there is also a wistfulness in this particular artwork. This is Psyche missing her beloved, the god Eros, son of Aphrodite and Ares. And it's a long story and it's a long myth, but it ends well, right? So this is the what have I done? right? Or looking back, kind of that vibe, and particularly with the devil card here on the table and this perhaps a ghosting, but family members ghost each other, so we're just going to roll with that for right now. So that can also be a balancing of the emotions in the external world that way, regardless of chakra, and maybe all three. All right. What's before them? Still point. My gods, what is before the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this, reading the gossip, and the hero at the crossroads, Ace of Wands at the core. There's something initiating here. The Knight of Pentacles, there feels like there's a journey behind that, but it feels very good, slow and steady, winning the race, getting there eventually. But with that Six of Cups, this could be something from the past, someone returning, sure, whatever, but there's definitely a heart vibe here. So please, what's the next step? What's just around the river bend, so to speak, for the Leo collective? Two of Wands, Jason and the Argonauts outside of Chiron's cave, saying, do I want to do this? Which is, by the way, this is at the core, so this is what's coming. You go from the Ace to the Deuce. A choice. It's maybe not the biggest life-changing decision, but it's a crossroads. The thing about crossroads is they're not necessarily life-changing, because you can always turn around and go back to the crossroad, or maybe you can't, because that's a decision. Like incision, something's snipped away. Level of choice, level of consequence, but decisions are life-changing. And that's the Lover's card, as well as there are a couple of others in the decks that I use. Oh yeah, in part 2 in the extended, we are going to Divination Town, as well as you're going to get Daughters of the Moon Tarot to see what's behind all of this. Heart, Third Eye Crown, just saying. All right, we got an interesting cross on the table here. All right, well, you're headed towards a choice of some kind. So let's look at the staff, the universal point of view. The cosmic forces, as I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine to really guide this one. My gods of fire, Leo, powers of the south. What's the lesson? From the outside looking in, inside looking out, take the... You'll like this. Take the mental journey, right? Do the counseling, the healing, the communication. Six of Swords being your lesson from choppy water to smooth. With this crowning, I think that's where you want to go. I mean, it might be that you've already gone through the 5, either separately or together. And again, this could easily be a family member. This could easily be a family member. Then that devil card could just be about the conditioning of fear, right? It's just because you get the devil doesn't mean the person's evil. It means that they are in chains. Break chains of illusion and set all things to right. Reveal what has been hidden and bring the truth to light. But a lot of people don't want to go through that to have it done. Some people don't even want to have it done, and that's free will. That's how the game is played. So, from the outside looking in, how does the world view this, right? Horizontally speaking, if we were to walk into this, we would see the World card. There is a graduation, a completing of a cycle here. And that can mean all sorts of different things. But certainly, if we're looking at Ace of Wands at the core here, you would see something here that maybe it's not done. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe not. Maybe it's just like there has been, in the lower 3 chakras, a completion of a cycle of spirit, of all of the elements combined. Now, sometimes that's just how it looks that way, but that's not necessarily how it is. Perception perception isn't always truth. The sun does not rise in the east and set in the west. The planet turns on an axis, right? See what's there. Thank you, Terry Pratchett. Okay. My gods. I like that, though. I mean, it has a good vibe to it so far. So, card number 9, I think sometimes the most pivotal in the spread in Celtic Cross in general. The hopes and fears, the destiny that can be hewn from fate on the path of true love for the Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video and receiving this reading, outside looking in, inside looking out, where are they in that alchemical process, the hero's journey on the path of true love? And we've got the sun, 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 here we come. I mean, it's Apollo, god of Leo, right? God of the sun, healing, prophecy, father of the arts. He just showed up in the Cancer one yesterday, and I think he wants his presence known. Look, if this is you, from looking from the outside in at yourself, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You, whoever you are, the gossip or the hero, does not matter. Your destiny right now is best achieved through healing. Now look, we got health and occupation, a stable, moving, slowly foundation, a growth going on here, mutable earth, creating something, but somebody's been occupied with, if you're watching my channel, chances are you've been occupied with healing in some way, shape, or form, right? Well, then this is what's on the table here in order to be alchemized and healed, but you've got the sun always lightens every other card in the spread. That's what it does, usually. I mean, if everything else is concocted and, the sun card hits, it's like, okay, well, we can shed some light on it. But this is, I get, with the devil and the Five of Pentacles at the crossroads, that can be daunting. But it speaks well for your destiny, because Apollo does like heroes. I'm just gonna say, calling things out into the light. Please take a nice deep breath. Last card down for the tarot. Still point. Alright, my gods of fire, sign of Leo, powers of the south. One card in clarity for the Leo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. The most probable outcome for this timeline for the Leo collective and cross watcher in this timeless read. And the judgment card, Hermes, swoops in at the end. A little deus ex machina comes in, and a final judgment is made as the result of something revealed. He is absolutely a god of revelation when he wants to be, but he is a trickster as well. And I love him. Oh, he's right behind my head. There he is. Hey, Hermes, literally got my back. So, look. Hang in there just for this part. We still got 3 more cards. We got 2 Whispers of Love and a Macron healing mantra. I'm not going to leave you without a mantra to get through this, because this does feel like a challenge. This does feel like a hero's journey, but something is going to be revealed. Now, in the extended, we're going to go in on that judgment card. But remember, for private readings, we do that. I would stop right now and go in on that. No. I'm still a Virgo. So let's get 2 Whispers of Love on the table. The voices of the higher selves, in this case of the gossip. Whoever has the gossip archetype, that's the proper way to say it. Someone who is alchemizing the gossip archetype, and someone who is alchemizing the hero archetype. And there are no womp-womps in this deck. So let's see. This is where the romance card could come out. Please take a nice deep breath. Hey, still point. As I call upon the higher selves of the Leo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the Whisper of Love? 1, a message for the one alchemizing the gossip, the other. The information, inspiration, insight needed for both of them to alchemize, particularly the hero here crossing the path. What do you got for the gossip? What do you got for the hero? In this timeless path of true love read. All right, a little general. For the gossip, forgiveness. Forgiveness. Even if you don't love them anymore. I get it. Forgiveness. Oh, hold on a second. Kitty might need me. Are you okay, sweetheart? Oh, felines. It's good. These are easy. Be right back. This is my Leo cat, Balthazar. He's such a good boy. He really is. He just needed my help. It took a little bit longer than I wanted, but thankfully we're doing the Whispers of Love. So, still point. Okay. Forgiveness and focus on love. All right. So for the one who's alchemizing the gossip archetype, forgiveness, nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. And that's what I think. This might be somebody new who's come into your life, which is certainly shifting more towards a lover romantic thing. Or there is a new journey, right? With that Ace of Wands underneath this, a new desire, a new opportunity here. And for the hero to focus on love, look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. The key to this is going to be for each of you individually. And, you can only do you. I mean, you may resonate with both, and certainly you can do both. Both are always wise all the time. This is just what's highlighted. Whoopsie. So forgiveness and focus on love does make sense, particularly for the hero if you want a personal path of empowerment, and for the gossip. Look, if you've gossiped before, who hasn't? I don't. You know why? Because people gossip enough about me my whole life, and it's fine, whatever. That's why you see these chords. My vows are in these chords. My vows to my gods, my pantheons of the divine, for confidentiality. There's a difference between confession and gossip, right? A sacred difference. Lead to gold, there you have it, right? So gossips can be great confidants once they've alchemized. Interesting. This could be all sorts of different things, though, right? I could see this as a frenemy situation as well, because, forgiveness and focus on love. We'll see. And I don't know if this deck is going to do it, but we'll see the healing mantra to help this heal regardless. And remember, as you heal this within yourself, you're healing everybody. Even if it just means sitting down for 5 minutes a day, morning, afternoon, evening, whenever. Hand on your heart, courage, Leo, all of that. And just saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, silently or aloud, right? To do just that. That's going to move you forward faster than anything else. That is simple, but that is not easy. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Last card down. The Ascended Masters of the Path of True Love. Please, you're a special wing of the Akashic Records law firm. Please, one card. Right, Path of True Love, Law, Universal, etc. One card in clarity for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Please, my beloveds, the perfect healing mantra. Knock it out of the park. So even if they don't make the jump over to Vimeo, they'll have a mantra to guide them through this if this is really their reading for this timeless Path of True Love. Celtic Cross, a gossip meets a hero. Feels like it could be a meets a hero. And what are they doing? They're integrating the ego. Everything is for me, not against me. Oh my God, in terms of forgiveness and focus on love, everything is for me, not against me. Now, I'm a student and a teacher of A Course in Miracles, have been for decades. It is happening for you, not to you. Or it might be the other way. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. But the ego doesn't see it that way. Oh, your higher self absolutely sees it that way. The soul knows it and comes in to have the journey, and the hero is the one in between the ego who doesn't believe it and the soul that knows it to be true, and it takes the next step on the journey. Remember, there's a choice here coming. Two of Wands. But with that Six of Cups, I'd go through that Six of Cups, because everything is for me, not against me. Ultimately, you're integrating the ego, whether you, well, it can be delayed, but not prevented. That's up to you. And the hero's like, all right, let's do it. Here's what Matt Kahn, K-A-H-N, has to say. Everything is for me, not against me. When your ego is integrated, there are no problems to fix or questions to answer. There are just the aligned responses of the soul's of the soul's reality, acknowledging life as the fertile ground where greater expansion is revealed. In other words, soul's point of view is this is a hero's journey, and we're here, right? We're sent in to play this game, to play this role. And by the way, the social conditioning is written in before you incarnate. Think about it. Ancestral. How could it be your fault? It's not about fault. It's about the mission, right? It's about playing the game. As you integrate your ego, every moment can be seen to be conspiring for your highest evolution instead of plotting against you, which I'm also going to say is going to help you let go of the outcome in this situation. It's like, okay, it's a hero's journey. I'm not going to know how this ends until I get there. You got to take the journey on this one. This mantra is ideal for overcoming victimhood, being more grateful, and becoming more forgiving. Here's what's going to happen. Whether you want to stick around for it or not, I'm going to do a blessimation. A blessimation is a combination of a blessing and a summation, and then we're going to chit-chat in a little bit as I release the energy of this reading, because, then I got to, upload it to my computer and edit it and get it going, and then get ready for part 2 on Vimeo on demand and on Patreon. So, as much as we like to yuck around here, me and the boys, essentially, my cats, at Drawing the Circle Productions home office, which in my new home, I will have an office which a closed door and possibly soundproofed to be doing this in. So let's do this for real, because I love you, and the more we anchor true love on this planet through our own hero's journey, the better shot this planet has of being happier, healthier, wealthier, and wiser for everybody. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need, that they are able to awaken consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust, and that they may embrace a passion for a journey of personal empowerment. While the gossip's archetype here definitely is dealing with some fears, some limitations, some shadow work perhaps, but from the outside looking in, there's definitely some work being done there. And this hero, 5 of Pentacles, going through a physical change in this relationship or in some way, shape, or form, allowing them to move on soon into the 6 of Pentacles, that balance that they are looking for. And perhaps someone, a hero out in the cold, is just part of the journey, but that doesn't mean you have to like it. Because at the core of this, we have Zeus with the Ace of Wands saying, here's the new quest, here's the call, here's the new desire, let's see what you do with it, heroes, and gossip. But behind them is this slow and steady pace that will help them win the race, that will help them endure, depending on what they were occupied with and what has been healed so far. But I feel like that's on the table here, particularly with Apollo in the Destiny position, but we'll get there. Because what's hovering here is a 6 of Cups. Maybe there is some need to balance the emotions by looking back either at this relationship or relationships similar. If there is a pattern, if there is a journey here, and obviously there is, leading to a new choice rather than a life-changing decision. It may be a bunch of little choices, right? That juggling of fire, balancing what they want and why they want it, and choosing accordingly the best that they can, moving from shadow to light here, because the lesson is achieved. One would think through 6 of Swords that there is a mental journey. There is a figuring this out. There is a balancing of the mind, and it comes with the 6 of Cups hovering above all of this anyway, to go from choppy water to smooth. Counseling, talking, journaling, thinking about it, so many different ways that can play itself out, and how wonderful that is. Because from the outside looking in, there is a graduation here. There is a completion. There is a completing of a cycle of spirit. Lower 3 chakras. we have no other major, we have 2 other major arcana. They're 3 in a row coming, but before that we don't see, and the devil there as well. So this is, I'm going to say, predominant major arcana, predominant spirit, rather than fire, earth, air, or water independently. And certainly with Apollo, I mean, the god of the sun, the Leo card for the Leo collective. This might very well being authentic as well, regardless, but still with that healing. And perhaps there is some vision, some prophecy, some clarity. But it's also a very, very happy card, which then leads to, a revelation. Hermes comes, delivers the message. The truth is seen and known. There's always a higher truth. Just because you got a higher truth doesn't mean that previous higher truths were false, right? It's just they're being integrated. It's always a higher thing there. And as a result, a final judgment is made here. And that's certainly going to be influenced by whether or not the one alchemizing the gossip archetype is willing to do the forgiveness, because there is nothing to be gained by holding on to past disappointments. And the hero really does need to focus on love, and that might very well start within, saying to their own heart every day, as often as they can, it's okay, I love you, and I'm feeling and dealing with whatever comes up, whatever arises. Love that. Thank you, Matt Kahn. Because they can look for the good attributes in each and every person in their lives, including themselves, which is necessary to keep going on the hero's journey. But ultimately, the truth stands true for all of us in every situation. There is but one lesson that once learned is then generalized to everything else. Everything is for me. Everything is for them. Everything is for us, not against us. But remember, there are different voices: human, hero, immortal, God, if you want to do it that way, ego, personality, soul, and higher self, that see those things a little differently. So choose wisely on that mental journey and maybe work this mantra. Everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me, not against me. Everything is for me, not against me. Dinga, 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 dinga. That they may go for it, and may they be blessed with all that they need. That they can chip away the excess marble to reveal the divine statue, just like all of us, hidden beneath the conditioning, the pain on the hero's journey, and to be that radiant true love that we all are at our core. More gold than lead, more conductor than insulator, more light than shadow. And may that be a blessing upon all of life on planet Earth and perhaps beyond as needed. That we may all be blessed, healed, evolved, anchoring a permanent paradise planet Earth for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be. So it is. That was a good one. I mean, tricky. Granted, the devil and the 5 of Pentacles, first 2 tarot down, I get it. But, I mean, you got a lot of major arcana on the table. So, if it made sense to you, if it clicked for you, hit the thumbs up. That's just how to help other people find it. You do you. I don't tell Leos what to do, because I don't like to be told what to do either. Except if it comes this way, usually. And certainly, if you want more of me here on YouTube, just hit the subscription button. And I recommend the notification bell, because I'm putting these out as they are ready, and getting ready to pack up and move to a new house. Just haven't found the right one yet, but the heart's desires are underway, and it's all part of the path that you love. And if you want more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, the deeper dive, come Patreon on patreon.com/Drawing the Circle Productions. drawingthecircle.com. No, patreon.com/ there it is, Drawing the Circle. Humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses. Really having a creative field day over there. Streaming there every morning, cup of coffee, bathrobe, my hair doing what it's going to do. Talking about the day's astrology, the magical and spiritual applications found within. I love them over there, my lovely community, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a video in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal explains beginning, middle, and end. All that you need to know, in fact, explains it all for you, just like Clarissa. However, the new joke hasn't downloaded yet. Sorry, not sorry. Otherwise, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed on the path that you love. Comment if you like. I love you. Hell, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.